moving on, the TMC MP Abhishek Banerjee's sister-in-law, Maneka Gambhir, was on Saturday evening stopped by the ED at the Kolkata airport from flying abroad and was handed over summons to join the investigation in a money laundering case. Now, ED is set to quiz Maneka Gambhir today, is the latest that we're understanding so far. Now, Abhishek Banerjee's sister-in-law was stopped by the immigration authorities at the Kolkata airport while catching a flight to Bangkok, is what we understand, who then informed the ED she was handed over summons to join the investigation in the alleged money laundering case. There was also a lookout circular issued against Gambhir by the Federal Probe Agency, which is why she was stopped, is what we learned. This is the third time that the ED has summoned Maneka Gambhir in the case. Now, it is also said that she earlier challenged the ED summon in the Calcutta High Court. It was allowed to appear at the ED's office, but of course the latest being that she was Trinamool Congress MP Abhishek Banerjee's sister-in-law Maneka Gambhir was stopped at the Kolkata airport and denied permission to travel abroad as the Enforcement Directorate served her a notice to appear before the agency. For more information on this, we're joined in by Shravan. Shravan, the latest that we understand, of course, she was summoned and also stopped at the airport, but what are the other details that we're gathering so far?
Well, Nivedana, this is a response to an attempt that was made by Abhishek Banerjee's sister-in-law to leave the country. In fact, she was stopped at the Kolkata airport. This was on Saturday late night, is what we are being told. Immediately thereafter, the Enforcement Directorate had served her a summons at the airport itself, asking her to appear before the Kolkata office on Monday. She's essentially been asked to appear today, is what we know as of now. What's important to point out here is that she has been under the scanner, along with Abhishek Banerjee, as well as Abhishek Banerjee's wife, Ruchira Banerjee, and it is essentially connected to one particular company which goes by the name of Leaps and Bounds. And in fact, at this very company, the Enforcement Directorate suspects had received money from a businessman, which they believe that this was a part of the proceeds of crime. And secondly, they also suspect that perhaps the businessman was actually providing money to this particular company as protection money, especially for the cattle, for the coal and cattle smuggling. Now, what's important to point out here is that the links of this very company with Abhishek Banerjee is still being probed by the Enforcement Directorate. Abhishek Banerjee all this while has been maintaining that there is no link whatsoever, and whatever he has had any association with this particular company has already been informed to the Enforcement Directorate.
Shravan, we also understand that this is the third time that she has been summoned in this case. All right. This is, of course, the latest coming in terms of Abhishek Banerjee's sister-in-law, Maneka Gambhir, reported to have been stopped at the Kolkata airport. Now, she was denied permission to travel abroad as the Enforcement Directorate served her a notice to appear before the agency in connection with the money laundering case, is what we understand so far. Now, on the other hand, of course, she was trying to catch a flight to Bangkok on Saturday night, and then she was handed over the summons to join the investigation. Now, we also understand that there was a lookout circular issued against her by the Federal Probe Agency, which is why she was stopped. This is the third time the ED has summoned Maneka Gambhir in the case. In fact, what we're also gathering is that she had earlier challenged the ED to summon in Calcutta High Court and was allowed to appear at the ED's office at the central government office at Salt Lake in the northern outskirts of Kolkata instead of appearing in New Delhi. We're slipping into a short break, but on the other side, all eyes on Gyanwapi Mandir versus Masjid case as the Varanasi court is set to deliver the order today. Top court to hear over 200 PILs challenging CAA today. All of this and much more on the other side. Stay tuned.